Yellow.
What's up? What's up? Yellow.
Man, I think I'm going to try to get my...
Damn it, Luke. That fucking envelope that you sent me those keks in, do you remember that? This shit just stick to my floor. The adhesive there, and it is stuck. I mean, stuck, right? I'm going to have to scrape this off, and it's a wood floor. Oh, my God, because I've been using that envelope as a coffee mug mat, right? And it was on the floor for, since HSP 28. And anyways, it was there, and I wondered why it wasn't moving around, but the adhesive, it stuck to the floor, and the adhesive just peeled off on my hardwood floor. Ugh. Yeah, which I do not own. I rent. What do? I'm going to have to scrape that shit off, man. I got a scraper. It's all good. I got a 5-in-1. I'll work it out. Yeah. All right.
Dude, did you know...
Go ahead.
Did you know that NPR rolls off all their bass under 250 hertz?
No. Huh. That's rather high, I would say.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We roll off around, I roll off at about minus 80, around there. Yeah. Or not minus 80, 80. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they do that. Just they think it sounds better in a car. That's it. That's their whole rationale. That's the NPR sound.
I do have to say, man, we do sound good on phones. We sound good on computer speakers, real speakers, earbuds, but we sound like dog shit in the car. This is a true statement. We sound like dog shit. And so I don't know, man, should I start rolling off at, man, that's really high though, man. Should I start rolling off at 250? You think?
No, dude. I think you edit your audio. I'll edit my audio, and then we do that. But I think I am going to bring some bass down. Okay. For sure. I think my bass is. It's just, I don't know. I'm not going to do it right now. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do some voice tests, but yeah, I'm going to start rolling bass off.
Okay.
And but not at 250. That's absurd.
Yeah. That's really up there in the spectrum, man. It truly is. But NPR does sound good. I give them credit. Go ahead.
Today we're talking to Suzanne. She owns a chicken.
Yeah, that's another factor, man. They don't really talk like human beings. They talk like, bitches, like cucks, right? And we talk like human beings. Maybe that's the difference there. You know what I mean? This evening,
I think a lot of
all things considered,
I think, dude, let's be honest though, dude, NPR, they're total pros.
They are, man. I do not want to take away.
In my opinion, NPR and Rush, they are the gold standard in audio, like audio format production.
Well, I would also say Bongino. Bongino sounds fantastic, dude. Producer Joe does such great work. Yeah.
Bongino's good, but he's not Rush NPR good. Although I have to say I haven't listened to Bongino since he got his new microphone, so
yeah,
perhaps it's changed.
Yeah, it factually has. And I don't know what he was using before, man. He's got that EV mic now, the RE25, I think he has. He announced it on a show. I'm not a fanboy or anything, but like he announced it on a show, and he does sound better. But like what I don't get, man, is did he haul all that gear to Vietnam this week? That's what I don't understand. Does he haul that to DC and New York City when he goes there? I don't know. Does he have a breakout box?
Rush has two golden microphones, one for traveling.
Oh, he does? Really? I'll be damned. Mm-hmm. I did not know that. Huh.
And he actually has a contract saying that the producer of that microphone cannot produce that microphone for anybody other than him.
And that he likewise has an EV mic. That's what it is. It's an EV. I don't know which model, but it's made out of gold. True. True story.
Yeah. It's funny, dude. Like when you get into audio production, especially voice production, and especially your own voice production. It's like you're like, oh, I want my voice to sound super bassy and not nasally and all of this sort of thing. And you start thinking about like how am I going to boost the bass of my voice, and then you realize over time that it actually sounds worse when you do that.
Straight up.
And you're actually much better off with just simply like rolling the bass off at a certain point and like at a certain hertz, just rolling the bass off.
Yeah.
And just letting the clarity of your voice shine through, assuming that you have some sort of discipline with which you speak. So like the ums, the ahs, the speaking nasally, like speaking sibilance in your higher registers as a habit, as opposed to trying to harness your throat and speaking from your diaphragm. All of that is so disproportionately more important than a microphone giving you bass or give yourself bass in post-production. That's so much more important.
Fact. It is. And these are things I always knew because I do this for a living, but I didn't realize it until we started doing HSP and zero gravity, man. I didn't realize the profundity of it, I guess is what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally. I mean, yeah, personally, I was a total noob to any of this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like the first episode, I was like, oh, hey, Russ, how are you doing, man? Like I sounded awful.
Well,
awful.
I haven't listened to our earlier episodes in a while. I did over the holidays, just before the holidays a little bit. And yeah, they were a little bit cringy. We've improved. So that, yeah, we've improved.
That sounds good when you improve.
Yeah.
It's promising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So are we ready to really get into it?
In terms of, well, first of all, we have to do show prep. We also have to do bots.
Yeah, I say we end this call when we get to show prep, right? And what do you think about that?
Yeah, that works.
All right.
Yeah.
So, dear listener, forgive our self-consciousness by addressing you right now because this is supposed to be a private conversation, but this is still a private conversation. Luke and I have already spoken for about 30 minutes or so tonight, and we are struggling with the length of our show right now. And what we have landed upon is the audio, which we play between commercial breaks, which adds time to the entire episode, bots, and grab bag special. We're thinking in terms of numerous things: spinning off bots into a separate show, spinning off grab bag special into a separate show. We're trying to. Now, to be fair, we've not really received any negative feedback about the length of the show this week. In fact, I have received positive feedback about the length of the show this week, but it's becoming a problem for Luke and I personally, and we think it's becoming a problem for HSP as well. And so Luke and I are sitting here having a conversation, trying to figure out what in the hell do we do about this. And so where are we at on it, Luke? What do you think?
I mean, there are a few different solutions. So basically, this is the problem, dear listeners, that if you listen to HSP, God, here I am talking about okay, so whatever. So HSP 27, HSP 28, where the content itself didn't change, the format didn't change. If you just simply add in bots and then the audio segments for the breaks, it turned a 3-hour show into a 3.5 or 4.5 hour show.
That's not to say that it wasn't good content. I mean, for real, it was great content, And
for sure. Yeah.
I love those episodes.
Totally.
Yeah. I think they're our best ever. I think we get better and better each episode, but we do have a problem.
Totally.
Yeah. We have a problem here. I mean, just in terms of file size, just in terms of that, not to mention the time to produce, it's yeah, it's mushroomed out into this big kind of a problem.
Yeah, totally. And yeah, I think the problem is that how do we capture that valuable content and bring the format of the show back to where it was before. I think that's the hard part.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. I loved these last 2 episodes, Luke, and I was able to listen to them, and they sounded great, and they were very dense. I mean, they weren't just long, they were long and dense, right? I love that. Don't get me wrong, but there is a sprawl situation happening here where we've just jumped up from a first of all 2.5 hour show to then a 3 hour show to a 3.5 hour show to now a 4.5 hour show. And it is bloating. I mean, if we continue along this path, just adding more shit in, where do we end up in 2 months from now? Is it a 6 hour show, 7 hour show, 10 hour show? You know what I mean? So this really does have to be considered. And this is a big consideration in terms of what we are talking about is a format change right now. That's what we're talking about. That's difficult, man. I mean, because if I may say so myself, which I do, we have struck gold in terms of our format. You know what I mean? We have, right? We're just simply, in my opinion, and yours too, losing control of it. What do?
Yeah, I mean, I think in this situation, we should spin off something. I don't know what.
Damn, dude.
We either have to spin off or we need to eliminate. Those are the only 2 options.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't think of 2 other options. Or I can't think of any other options than those 2.
Yeah.
It's just spin off or eliminate.
Yeah.
Things, you know.
Man, that's a quandary. I am.
So I mean, the things that we could spin off. Here's the things that we could spin off. Here's the things that we can't spin off. We can't spin off the main topics that we discuss, that we decide to discuss on HSP.
Correct.
During segment 1, 2, 3. Right.
Correct.
That's not a question.
Correct.
The things that we could spin off are bots. We could spin off GBS.
And the audio bumpers.
That's pretty.
The audio.
In
bumpers.
The what?
The when like the last 2 episodes we've been playing audio on the breaks, right?
Yeah. Although, I mean, I think if we found shorter audio that was like 5 or 10 minutes, I don't think that would be so prohibitive.
Well, I have one that's 10 minutes for this week. I haven't told you that, bro.
You have one that's what?
10 minutes. It's enough time for us to, take a leak, refresh beverages, all that kind of stuff. It's enough.
Oh no, 10 minutes is good. Yeah.
Okay.
But I think it was last week we had 27 minutes between both breaks.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we played Laura. Yeah, that's right. Bernie was 10.
Yeah,
Laura. I was about to say Laura Loomer. Laura Logan was. We played her for 17 minutes because she was on a roll and we couldn't interrupt her. So we were sitting here chomping at the bit, ready to go, and we let her play.
Yeah. Yeah, so we need to keep it to 5 to 10 minutes for the breaks.
Well, I've got one that's 10
minutes.
Again. I've got one that's 10. So,
well, you got one. Yeah, 10 is fine, but then let's find another one that's 5. Yeah, so then it's like 15 minutes instead of 27 minutes. You know?
Yeah. I've got ideas for the 5 as well. I've got ideas for the 5 minute.
Yeah. But again, we need to figure out this other huge add-in for the show, which is bots. Now, we could keep bots, but we need to remove something else. That's what it is. Full stop.
Or change bots somehow.
Or change bots into something that takes 5 minutes and not 35 minutes.
Yeah. Man, I'll be honest, man.
My dad proposed that we play the old break music, and we use it as radio graffiti. So whatever you have bots, you need to have a 1 sentence or 2 sentence quip prepared, and we just run through bots one by one with that music in the background.
I don't think that's a bad suggestion. I I actually kind of like it in a lot of ways, as a matter of fact. I really like it. Huh.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess what we would do is recycle the old break music.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, you would just, maybe I would do a bot and equip, you would do a bot and equip, I would do a bot and equip, and we would just do that back and forth.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Again, it depends on the bot. It's like we were talking about last time, man. There were a couple of bots I covered, which last week, which killed us. Don't get me wrong, it killed us. It was painful. It added so much time to the length, but we busted content exhaustively. Not exhaustively. No, we just talked about the simple text of the content, and nobody else has covered it except for us. Nobody. And I do find value in that. I know Dearest Listener finds value in that. But
that's
it
a
causes
separate
a
show.
problem. It causes a problem.
Yeah, then that's a separate show. It's like that. Like we actively decided that does not trump the primary content, right? That doesn't say that's not important and it shouldn't be talked about. It just means that it's less important than the few topics we decided to talk about on the show.
Yeah, I can't disagree. I can't disagree.
I think that's spin-off material, to be honest with you.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, so yeah, maybe. Luke, that's going to be painful, bro. That's going to be painful. And I'm not saying I'm averse. I'm not saying I'm averse, but
it's painful to do a spin-off or what?
Yeah. I mean, because again, the argument that I mounted in our previous conversation is that it does not reduce content. It moves it to another place. And again, I'm not averse to it, right? And there is nothing I would have taken out of episode number 28, right? It sucks bad that it was 4.5 hours to edit, quite frankly, to edit and produce. It sucked, and
listen to.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, I had convenient circumstances this week to check it, and I don't usually listen to our material because when I produce it, I listen to it right then. I listen to it in real time, right? But like I had to, I was in such a hurry this Saturday night to get ready, to get the show ready, get myself ready, that I was uncertain, and I did listen to it, and man, it was great. I loved it. I did, right? Can we do that every week? No, we can't. But like, the argument to which the argument I'm making is that, okay, if we spin off, we don't reduce content, right? We take on water in a way of looking at it in terms of the volume doesn't decrease, right? You've got to do two separate show posts. I've got to do two separate edits. And I'm not saying no.
But like the thing is like that doesn't decrease content. I mean, you still have to write that
decrease
shit.
Content. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, like posting on WordPress or posting onto SoundCloud, like that's the easy part.
It's
that's
about
nothing.
the writing, man. It's about the SEO and all that kind of stuff that you've been doing, man. That's hard work.
Yeah,
it's really hard work.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter. You have to do that if it's separate posts. You have to include it and do it if it's the same post. It's the same work.
No,
it doesn't
okay,
matter.
that's a fair point. Yeah, that's a fair point. Same on the back end. You know what I mean?
In fact, like posting to YouTube and things like this would actually help. Like an increase in frequency of posting actually helps. Now, if you do it consistently, then it helps even more.
Yeah.
But like 2 posts a week is better than 1 post a week in terms of being discovered,
Yeah. All right. So, all right, listen, man, I think all signs are pointing to a spinoff right now. All right. I think actually we need some dear listener feedback about this. I know Dearest Listener loves the bots, loves the audio. It's a tall ask. But I know that she does, right? Now, all right. So we're all signs in our conversation right now are pointing to a spinoff situation. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. We'll manage. We'll do it.
I wouldn't call it a situation. It's an
Well,
opportunity.
it will matter then. Okay, I didn't mean situation, but I mean matter. You know what I mean? Yeah. Decision, dilemma.
It's an opportunity.
Opportunity. Fine. Yeah. Any word can fit here. I don't mean to castigate it any which way. So, okay. Now, you have said earlier that you felt saddled by bots, that you didn't like it, right? You're doing 4 shows right now. I'm doing 1. I had an idea for another show I wanted to do. It was HSP supplemental content, right? Do you want me to handle bots? Because it sounds like you don't really like bots. Now, I don't want to do bots without you. I don't want to do bots without you because I like our banter, right? I really, truly love it, right? But if you want to wash your hands of it and be done with it, you know, I mean, maybe I can do like a 30-minute show of just bots. You know what I mean?
I mean, I could go either way. Like, I like coming up with the little 1-sentence quips, you know, that are humorous and things, but where I become uncomfortable with bots, it's like where it becomes a burden is when I need to actually talk about the stuff. Like when I actually need to understand the topics. Then it goes from like, okay, now it went from I need to really understand 2, 3, 4, 5 subjects. Now I need to understand 30 subjects.
It's true.
And be able to talk about them. Like that's when it becomes a burden. And the problem is that, you know, this is like I'm Jordan Peterson. This is the Pareto principle, you know, the 80-20 rule.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like I'm spending 80% of my time on the 20% of the stuff that is like the least important, you know? And that's what I don't want to do. I want to focus most of my time on the 3 or 4 subjects that are the most important. And yeah, I mean, bots, it's important in some contexts. Like there's definitely value to be had there. There's a lot of things that I would love to talk about. Like, yeah, if we're doing HSP 5 days a week, I would.
That's really the difference right there, Luke. That really, truly is the difference. Yes. Yeah.
If we're doing HSP 5 days a week, absolutely. We'd be talking about all of it. But like we have a window, and that window is about 3 hours long each week, where we have to talk about everything that happened that week. And as a result, we have to curate. And the stuff that we curate into the show that we want to talk about, I want to absolutely just knock out of the ballpark. I want to understand it as best as I possibly can. And everything else, I don't want to spend any time on that because we're not talking about it. So like, bots brings in this whole other aspect where it's like now I have to have at least a familiarity on like another 10, 15, 20 subjects. So if like you did another show, I would be happy to come on there, but again, it doesn't help. You know, we're talking about like how does it add or how does this add or take away? How does this, you know, what is the benefit? Or not, you know, if we do another show or we just talk about bots on a different show, then we're still doing the same amount of work, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
So,
and we're not bitching about the work.
It's sort of like if there's like a particular subject that I'm like, man, I really wanted to talk about this on the show, but it got curated out, then like, yeah, I would love to come on to bots. I think bots is actually a really good name for a show just on its own. But yeah, I mean, I would totally come on there, but yeah, I don't know. I don't want to come on to a show if I'm not fully prepared on every subject. You know what I mean?
I do. Yeah, you know, All right, so like I would say 2 things about this. I mean, first of all, I don't want HSP to become the deep dive, right? Because we've already we've already abandoned the deep dive. So I don't want to go back there, but nonetheless,
Totally.
yeah, I do get your point about like, I want to cover shit exhaustively on HSP, right? With opinions, facts,
whatever topic we want to go after, we destroy it.
Yeah.
You know, like that's it.
Yeah.
It's like anybody who listens to anything else, they say, why are you listening to this? HSP covered this so much better.
Yeah.
Like on any particular, and that takes like 30 to 45 minutes for us to do.
So much longer for me, man. It truly does.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, really, it's like an hour. But like if we're really succinct and we are like, if we're really prepared and very succinct, like we can knock it out in 30 to 45 minutes. But when you're talking about a 3-hour show, I mean, we're only talking like 4 or 5 subjects, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like in a slow news week like this, like, yeah, maybe we could throw some more in, but it's like when we have a busy week and you and I together, we have 30 subjects.
Which I have 30 on my own this week, Luke. I mean, seriously,
yeah.
I do. I have 30 on my own, you know?
Yeah. It's like, it just doesn't work, you know? It's like now you're curating content and then the curated content is being curated again, and then you're still left with content that you want to talk about.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shit. All right. I understand everything you're saying. I agree. My head is still not right about what to do.
It's all good, dude.
How to think about it. You know?
Yeah. We don't need to decide right now.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. I mean, because we want to improve, right? We also, you know, want to have lives. And like, listen, man, I don't mean to bitch about the work, right? I love the work. It's cool, right? But like, man, that 4.5-hour show last weekend, that was a motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie, that was a motherfucker.
Oh yeah, dude. I didn't go to bed till 5 a.m.
Right. Exactly.
And I had to wake up the next day.
Yeah.
I messaged Robert. Robert and I were going to record Random Walk, and I messaged Robert and I was like, dude, I'm tired. We recorded for 5. It was actually 5.5 straight hours.
So I wondered what was up with Random Walk, and I meant to ask you first thing when we got on the horn previously.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. So we cucked Random Walk this week. That's a problem. Yeah,
totally. Yeah, I messaged Robert and I said, I can do the show, but I'm tired. I didn't go to bed till 5. I woke up at 9 a.m, so I got about 4 hours of sleep, and I'm tired. This is an extremely difficult show to do, Random Walk. It's like super philosophical. I need to be super prepared. I need to have written all my thoughts down, read many essays. Like I have to. That is not a show you can just.
No, it's not.
Yeah. And so I messaged Robert at about I don't remember, like sometime in the afternoon. It's like, hey man, we can do the show if you want, but like if you want to put it off for a week or a couple of days or whatever, I'd be totally down for that.
Okay.
And thankfully he messaged back and he was like, I have some family stuff going on.
Okay.
Let's postpone it a week. So like thankfully he did that.
Nonetheless, the cuckery happened. This is the most important data point to me, right? We can't be having like, all right. First of all, all right. You know, I'm all about HSP. This is our show, bro. This is our show, right? This is my home base. Yeah. But we can't do that. That's the most important data point to me, right there. All right, I'm gonna have to think about it, bro. I kind of want to hear. I do have some dear listener feedback, as I mentioned earlier, about you know, she loves the bots, she loves the audio, right? I'm gonna have to ask specifically next time I talk to her about which she grew from the most. Was it the audio that we played, which she really did because she didn't know that it had happened, or was it the bots, right? And that's the only data point I have, man. I've heard no complaint about bots. I've heard, you know, from my buddy that he likes the length of the show. These are the only data points I have to go on regarding this topic. dude, you know what? This is not what I wanted to do, right? I had another idea in mind, right? But I think that we should spin off bots into, I'll take bots as an HSP supplemental week by week. I'll take it because that's my wheelhouse. You don't like it. That's my fucking wheelhouse, dude. That's what I do, right?
You broke out for a second. Say that again.
Okay, what I think we should do. All right, this is not the show I wanted to break out into at all, right? I had a completely separate idea for supplementing content for HSP, right? But we got this situation with bots, okay? So I'll just break it out and I'll do bots every week. I'll do bots as I'll do HSP supplemental in terms of bots each week, right? That way you can stay focused on HSP, bring the hard-hitting content on our 4 or 5 topics each week, do your show with Robert, do your interview show. I'll handle bots because that's my wheelhouse. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? That's totally what I do. You don't like it. You feel saddled by it, right? That's my thinking right now, but I could change my mind in 10 minutes because, dude, I'm not sorted out about how to think about this yet because I like bots in HSP, period. I like it there, right? I like playing the audio drops at the breaks. I like that too. Now we're, again, are we going to end up being a 10-hour show in 2 months? I don't know. On this trajectory that we're on, yes, we will, right? So let me handle bots in a separate show. It is not what I wanted to do. And you come on anytime you want to. You got some bots you want to talk about? Yeah, come on anytime, right? You don't like it. I love it. Let's do it that way.
I couldn't agree more. But don't feel like you need to do it. We can keep it. We can do bots tomorrow. Don't feel like pressured. You know what I mean?
I don't feel pressured, man. It's only been a matter of time that I haven't spun off this other show yet, right? It's just a function of simple time, right? But I think the bots for our HSP is really important, and so I'll just find a way to make it work. I'll find a way to make it work. But that was not, what I thought.
The other thing is that this endeavor, a lot of these things are a function of necessity.
True. That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. But nonetheless, I don't think we're there yet, Luke. I might change my mind in 5 minutes. So I think we need to plan on doing.
It's all good.
We need to plan on doing bots tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but can we please, for the love of God, try to keep it to 5 minutes each or 10 minutes each?
I can guarantee you. Oh God. All right. You know what? I'm just looking at
literally just write out one sentence for each. And if you can't write out one sentence, then it's a real topic.
It's about the amount, right? I've got 30 at least.
Yeah, dude, you've got to can some of that shit. Ask yourself, of all of those 30, what are we not going to be talking about 30 days from now? If we're not talking about any of it 30 days from now, fucking can it. It's done.
I understand what you're saying. I'm not sure that I agree, right? Like Ballsy Ford, for example. We're not talking about that shit right now, but does Ballsy Ford still matter? Yes, a lot. It illustrated everything.
How so?
Because that was the blueprint that we saw in real time about what the left is going to do going forward. And we see it happening right now. Right? Yeah. Is the text of Ballsy Ford important? No, it's not. Is the example of Ballsy Ford important? Yes, it is. Very important.
What's the context for bringing it up now?
Well, look what they did with Cohen this week.
Yeah, okay, I see. Well, dude, I would not consider that a bot. I would consider that as a tangential reference in the topic that we will cover, which is Cohen.
Yeah, we do have to cover Cohen this week, unfortunately.
Dude, absolutely.
Sucks balls. Yeah, but
No,
we do.
not unfortunately. Like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, we have to cover that, but like, that's an example of something. Like, we need to do a better job of curating. Like, that's not something that's a bot. That's a tangential. That's actually a really important tangential understanding of what's going on with Cohen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So like, I wouldn't. That shouldn't even be in bots. That should be in this proper show prep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's one of my main topics for the week. Yes, it is.
Yeah, totally, dude. Yeah. So take that out of bots. I think like, I don't know, man. Just like, I guess maybe we should just try to do a better job of like not using bots as like this trash can that we just throw everything in. Not trash can, but like this like container. We just, I'm just going to throw everything in there. And then like Saturday morning, I'm going to figure out what shouldn't be in there.
Well, that's what I mean. Literally what I'm doing right now. Quite literally.
Yeah, no, like, I mean, for me personally, I'm like,
last week, man, I threw out Trudeau, you know, look at this now, you know?
I mean, dude, I read tons of shit, like every fucking topic, and every single time I'm like, do we really need to talk about this? No? Okay. I don't even add it to my show prep. Do we really need to talk about this? No? Don't add it. Okay. Do we really need to talk about this? Yes, but is it that important? Like, is it evergreen? Is it going to last? Is it really that important? Okay. I'll add it to bots. And I only ever have like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things in bots ever as a result of that filtering process.
I mean, you know,
because like there's tons of things I want to add, but I'm just like, nobody gives a fuck about this. Like 30 days, or it's just tangential. And then I just sort of add it like as a subnote, you know, to some other already existing topic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. All right, so we have. It's good we're talking about this because we have two separate standards for bots entirely, right? My bots are not like your criteria about are we going to be talking about this in 30 days. It's not that, right? It's about what my criteria is I eliminate the things that are just reporting the news. I want to mention the things that are going to become thematic later on, right? Again, this is why I'm so aggrieved by throwing out Justin Trudeau last week. You know what I mean? Because that shit needed to be talked about, and I just threw it out. You know what I mean? I didn't know it was going to metastasize the way it did this week. I just, I'm gonna have to think about this a little bit more, brother. I truly do. I got to think about this, you know, because I love bots and HSP. I know you don't love it. I mean, you truly want to do these 2-sentence bits and throw them out after that fact. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever, dude. Some of those topics are worthy of that treatment.
It's not that I want to do. It's not that I want to do that per se. It's just that I just want to do some sort of a format change that will solve the problem, whatever that solution is. I don't know.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Well, I mean, what we agree upon is that 4.5 hours on HSP is too long, and we agree on that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yo, hold on 1 second, dude. I'll be right back. Give me 5 minutes.
All right.
All right, are you there?
Yeah.
All right, man. I'm in a much better mood now.
Okay, good. Me too. For the record,
I'm just. I don't know what it is. I walked over there. I got another bottle of wine.
Oh, damn. Huh. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the first bottle of wine, I only had like 1 glass in it. So.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. It was probably close to spoiled anyways. Well, they actually probably not. It was still probably.
No, dude. I take a bottle out with me to go barbecue, which I did yesterday.
Yeah.
The weather here in Germany is not miserable.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Sucks fucking balls here in Texas, dude. Sucks fucking balls. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the temperature there?
I don't know what it is right now, but it's going to be minus 27 before tomorrow, and then it's going to be minus 21 by tomorrow night. And I'm sorry,
minus
20, no, I'm sorry,
21.
No,
not minus.
Yeah, not minus, not minus. Anything below 32 is minus. That's why I say that.
In Celsius, yeah, that's
in Celsius.
That's correct.
Yes. So I conflate. Yeah. But like, yeah, it's going to be really cold and it's drizzly here. It is supposed to freeze. This is a personal problem for me because of some plans I had for tomorrow night, which I am probably going to have to cancel because of, I can't get stranded in Fort Worth, Texas. I can't do it,
Yeah. Dude, what do you got going here in a couple months, man? Do you want to come visit?
I would love that. I just earned, in terms of vacation time, my first day off at the end of February. Yesterday, I earned my first day off. Yeah.
You Americans and your vacation policy.
Yeah, I know it, man. Yeah.
So pathetic.
Yeah, it is, dude, truly. And, notwithstanding that I have, listen, man, I'm a worker, okay? But I do have about 50 hours of comp time that I've worked over in the last 6 months since I took this job, for which I'll never be paid or compensated. You know what I mean? That's it. And
all right, well, I have a proposition. Proposition.
Okay.
You can accept this proposition how you will, or take this proposition how you will, rather. But I have an extra ticket to see Tool in Vienna on June 5th.
Jessica's not going. Are you kidding me?
No, she her school. She just figured out her school schedule, and she can't do it anymore.
Damn. Dude, you red pilled me on Tool, and you took me to the first Tool show I'd ever been to. Just so you know. And I think about that kind of on the regular, man. Yeah. Huh.
Well, if you wanna, I'll tell you, dude. If you fly over here, I'll give you that Tool ticket for free. Even though it was only $70, but I could sell it probably now for like $300. Actually, I checked today. That it's pretty decent seats, and
okay.
Yeah, the ticket I could sell that ticket for like $300. But dude, I mean, if you wanted to come here,
what's the date again? May 10th. Is that what you said?
June 5th.
June 5th. Okay.
So you need it's Wednesday. So it's a Wednesday. So you'd have to take that whole week off.
Oh, damn.
It'd be a 1 week fly in, fly out. But yeah, I mean, I'm just offering. If you wanted to come here, dude, we could. You could fly into Frankfurt or wherever, and then we could drive down to Vienna, 7 or 8 hour drive, and party, crash in a hostel for a couple nights, go see Tool, and drive back up to Germany.
Shit. Get bed bugs, get scabies, and then go see Tool. I'm kidding.
That's right, dude.
I'm kidding.
I mean, dude, no good stay in a hostel is complete without bed bugs.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
But seriously, dude, like, I think about it, man. If you want to do it,
I will. Let's continue to talk about this. I'm glad you mentioned it. I am aching about us not being at CPAC right now. I'm aching about this. And
dude, did you see? Did you see Nick Fuentes got rejected?
Yes, I did.
It's hilarious.
And I actually have a potential grab bag special. I've got to proof it a little bit, but it's Van Jones at CPAC, and it's an hour not debate but conversation, right? And I saw the end of it, and he cucked, and he's all like, you know what, my heart has changed. It's no longer a white lash. My heart has changed. I'm willing to listen to you now. It's like, yeah, really, whatever. But
oh my God.
Yeah, it has potential for grab bag special. It does. All right. So like, I'll just, we got to get back to the topic, man. So I won't be long, But like, man, I've got Tucker's opening statement from last night, right? Fucking God tier. He took down the whole Cohen thing better than we could have, but I have a lot more information. Yeah.
When you called me, I was watching that.
Yeah. So I would suggest if we play audio in the breaks like we have been doing, we play that.
It's Tucker. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fair enough, man.
Yeah. Like cover
right, dude.
Cohen.
Well, on that note.
Yeah. Go ahead.
On that note, dude, we should do show prep.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I mean, are we going to do this online? I mean, I think we can. We've not resolved our format issues. As always happens,
Well, I mean, what we know is that we need to cover some certain topics. That's what we know.
Yeah. All right. Man, let me take a spin. I'll take a spin at doing bots sometime this week, right? HSP 29 supplemental, right? And I'll see what happens. Are y'all going to record Random Walk this week?
Yeah, on Sunday. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, all right. God damn it, man. I got logged out again, Luke.
Well, I'll be damned. I haven't even created the episode 29 template yet.
Yeah. I mean, really this week, all right, it's about the summit and it's about Cohen. That's, also, Luke, oh God, I cannot believe that I did not say this to you, right? I think that what is missing from our show, right? The only complaint I have about number 28 is that we just jump out of the intro and go straight into bots, right? Without I think there may be value in a 2-minute segment about just an overview about what went down this week, right? This is particularly applicable to this week because the Cohen charade was used as a distraction from North Korea entirely, right? And that's the statement to make right there. You know what I mean? Because like we do our shit week by week. That's how we do. You know what I mean? I mean, we're, oceans apart, and that's how we do. So maybe just a kind of an overview statement. That could, in theory, listen, man, I love how bots, how when we do bots, we draw thematic theme points to draw back to throughout HSP. I love it. Dude. We create overarching narratives unintentionally, right? But that opening statement could supplant bots. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I say that there's no way in hell that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that opening statement is going to become an opening statement, and the next week it'll be
That's true, man.
It'll go from 1 sentence to 1 minute, and then it'll be 5 minutes, and then it'll be 10 minutes, and then it'll be 30 minutes, and then it'll be the whole fucking segment. Same way with bots, same way with updates, same way with all this shit. You know what I mean?
That's true. It's true. We're too verbose, man. We're too well informed. We're too.
Well, we're not disciplined. We're not like look, if you were on live radio, we would just be like, I'm up on a hard break, and then like boom.
Yeah,
the remaining 50% of the shit that you wanted to say is gone. Scorched earth.
I think that's the word that you just said right there regarding bots and the sprawl of the show is discipline. I truly think that's it. I truly do. And I've been thinking about that all week. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're up on a hard break, it's just like, boom, scorched earth. Everything you wanted to say is gone. But, that forces you to be like, you know what? I need to be a little bit more prudent with how I say things, you know?
Well, in the case of Rush, right? Like unlike ourselves, limited to weekends, Rush can just pick it up the next day. He did it today. He had 3 topics he wanted to hit that he didn't hit, and so he picked it. He's going to pick it up tomorrow, you know, on Open Line Friday, you know. And Bongino, same thing. And didn't get to this today. We'll hit it tomorrow. Like, Luke, we really need to get into a position where we do this daily. That really is the situation.
Yeah, but dude, I think that's so watered down though. I think that the value add for our show is just like what you hear is not this watered down bullshit where we talk about, what, you know, did Trump take a shit in the morning or did he take a shit in the afternoon? Like, that's not what we're talking about.
Okay,
like the stuff that it is curated.
Yeah.
And it is solid.
Yeah.
And it is important.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you wanna listen to the more nitty gritty stuff, then like, okay, that's a different place. But like what I like about HSP is we are like, okay, if you are not obsessed with politics, if you are not, well, I don't want to say obsessed, but if you aren't like a wonk, and if you want to just know what's important, HSP is your one-stop shop.
I understand.
If you want to know every little thing that's going on, then like, okay, then you need to listen to something else. And I don't know what that is, and we don't have that to offer. But I think that's more bots. You know what I mean?
Man, God fucking damn it! All right, let me do this fucking bot show. Let me try it this week. Let me see what happens. You know what I mean? It's not what I wanted to do. But like, let's just try it. I'll send you the proof. Let's just see.
I'm not trying to, you know, pull confirmation bias or anything right here, but just knowing you, whatever you send me is going to be God tier. I know that whatever you do is going to be so fucking good.
I appreciate that. Brother. I do. Yeah. All right. Well, you know, let's try. But like tomorrow, yeah, we've got to do bots, and I'm gonna throw out a bunch of shit that I really want to talk about, and I think honestly, Luke, I think about 7 minutes a piece is good, right? We get the intro done. That takes, you know, with all of our social mentions and stuff like that, we get through that in about 3 to 4, right? Then we do 7 minutes of bots a piece. That gets us at 21 for the
Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. We will be at minute 40 and we'll still be in bots. Mark my words.
I know it, man. I mean, because dude, it sucks having so much to say, right? And like, dude, like HSP 28, yes, it's too long. Yes, it's an issue. It is for ourselves and our lives, right? But that was dense content, right? That was not 4 hours and 30 minutes of bullshit. That was really dense, all of it. Every single last bit of it. It's a quandary, man. It sucks to have so much to say. It sucks.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not dense. I'm not saying it's not valuable. I'm just saying it's not HSP.
Well, as long as we can stay away from deep dives, which I don't get me wrong, when a deep dive is necessary, HSP boys can do it, right? But we threw that out for a reason. We did.
Yeah, because it was not valuable in the grand scheme of things.
I think our socialism deep dive was extremely valuable. I do. Extremely valuable.
Yeah, but not as valuable as what we are doing now. So we always, so there's a standard. There's a standard of good. And the half show deep dive did not meet that standard. And that's okay.
Man, I'm gonna have to think about this some more. I'm sorry, bro. I got to think about this, man, because I love that shit so much. I love 28 so much. You know, let's talk about it in our pre-roll call tomorrow. I'll try to sort this out by tomorrow, but really the truth is I'll never know the answer to this. I'll never know how to handle this. And
well, the answer is that we do more shows, we do more content, we do all of it, you know? Like this is a good problem to have. Most people, their problem is like,
thank you for saying
what am
that.
I going to do? What am I going to talk about? I have to figure out what to talk about. Like our problem is like, we have so much to talk about. How do we prioritize it? That's a good problem to have.
Thank you for saying that. That's true. This is a good problem to have. This is a good problem to have. All right. Yeah. We'll work it out, man. We always do. We'll work it out. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah. All right. So all right. I'm down with leaving the format issues. We probably got to go to show prep here real fast.
Yeah. So segment 1, go ahead for sure.
Yeah. I would respectfully suggest that we put Cohen to the bottom of segment 1 because we'll play the Tucker audio for the first audio. Excuse me, sir, for the first audio break.
So yeah, I've got him at the bottom of segment 1.
Yeah. So we got bots in that for segment 1. Let's be honest, bots in that. That's what we got, right? Segment 2.
God.
Yeah, segment 2 is the summit. Wait, hold up. This just now popped up. Republican question. Now it won't load. Really? It won't load, dude. Jesus. I do have a correction this week, by the way. I got a little bit called out, man. I did.
What happened?
I'll tell you about it tomorrow, man. I got called out. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
All right, so what's in segment 2?
All right, so bots Cohen for segment 1, summit for segment 2, for sure.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. And
that's
man,
it, huh?
you know, there's this whole other thing that I want to go on about like, you know, now that we're talking about doing this, like I really want to talk about the Trump doctrine, right? Like what Trump's strategy is for dealing with these rogue nations like Afghanistan, like Syria, like North Korea, right? Like how he's doing it, right? And it's a bit of a deep dive, right? But like, I don't know that it's applicable to HSP if we're going to do it this way. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know that it is.
And we can play it by ear. Like this is an empty episode. That's perfectly fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, dude. I think we have this episode put together.
Roughly, it needs a lot more work. Needs a lot more work.
Yeah, for
man.
sure.
Yeah.
I need to find a GBS and all this.
Yeah,
so
well, I do have a couple of potential GBSs. Just to be fair. Yeah.
Will you send those to me on Discord?
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
All right, dude.
Yeah, I've not proofed them, but like I've got a couple. Yeah. All right, man. I know it's late. I know it's late, bro. I want you rested, man. Rest well.
Yeah. I get a rest.
All right. I'm gonna, dude. I think this is good for a Friday Night Comfy post for real. You know, yeah. I think it's good. I
think it's good enough. Yeah, we can post it for sure.
All right, I'm gonna send it to you, man.
All right, sounds good, dude.
All right. 12 noon, 1900, right?
Indeed, yes, correct. 12 noon.
All right.
Gotta wake your ass up, man.
Yeah, I know it's hard. Yeah.
I know you gotta wake up before noon. I know that's a difficult task.
It's hard as well because my brother's in town tomorrow. It's his birthday. They're all going to lunch and all this kind of stuff. But like, man, you know,
you need to take part in that?
Luca, HSP is the priority. You know what I mean? And like, I love my brother so much, man. I love him so much. And I don't want to miss these times. That's why I moved home. But like, nonetheless, we got business.
I'll leave that up to your discretion.
All right, I'm fixing to call him here after we hang up and survey the landscape. Yeah.
All right, sounds good, dude.
All right. Sleep well, man. Be ready tomorrow, man. Be ready. I'll do.
Oh,
my
I
best.
will, brother.
All right.
I will.
All right, brother.
All right, peace.
Late.